Breaking news, protesters demanding justice in Baltimore tonight. Right now, some demonstrators are blocking traffic at multiple intersections. Our reporters are saying that's what they're experiencing. The situation is tense. That's what our Joe Johns was using to describe it. He's outside police headquarters. We have new video tonight of Freddie Gray. That's the 25-year-old black man. His death causing all of these protests you are seeing. He died of a severe spinal cord injury and a coma after being in police custody. You can see Gray in this new video shackled by police, and a police officers union lawyer just came out defending the officers involved, saying something happened to Gray in the van, but it did not happen during his arrest, and that they were completely justified in that arrest. Gray, of course, screaming in pain as he is originally dragged into that van by police. That's when you hear him screaming, and you first see his legs look like they are clearly not working properly. This is far from the first time, though, the Baltimore Police Department's been under fire. Jason Carroll is in Baltimore tonight for us. Jason, you're also out there. You have a lot of protesters around you. What are you seeing?
Well, I think if you just took a look behind me, you can see the crowd has definitely started to gather here in increasing numbers. But so far, this protest has been peaceful. I've heard people describe it as tense. I think that's an accurate description, but I would also describe it in a way as people who are being out here, who I've spoken to, are angry. But this is an anger that's been bubbling beneath the surface for a long period of time in terms of the way the police here have been interacting with people here in the community. They say it's time for a change in the way police police this community. Before protesters took to the streets of Baltimore to demonstrate the death of Freddie Gray, they had already been voicing concerns over police use of force at City Hall.
Ever since I was there was always a distrust between police and citizens.
We caught up with former Baltimore police officer Joseph Crystal. He's the son of two New York City police officers and grew up wanting to be a cop. He joined the Baltimore PD in 2008. Things took a turn for the worse 3 years later after he accused a fellow officer of beating a drug suspect.
I had to deal with incidents when I was working of not getting backed up on the street. Somebody placing a dead rat on my car, numerous forms of harassment.
Crystal left the department and filed a lawsuit claiming officers tried to cover up the assault of the suspect and that top brass failed to protect him for breaking the so-called blue wall of silence. Police would not comment on the case, citing pending litigation.
Right now we live in a day and age where people just don't trust the police. It's unfortunate and it's horrible. I think it's important that, from top to bottom, we instill integrity back into the police departments.
Like many cities across the country, the relationship between police in Baltimore and the community it serves has been severely strained.
Well, right now, there's a lot of mistrust in some of the communities with the police department. They feel like it's us against them or them against us.
According to the Baltimore Sun, since 2011, the city of Baltimore has paid more than $5.7 million for 102 cases involving allegations of police wrongdoing. Police did not admit fault in the cases. A department spokesman also says within the past 2 years, the department has been working to mend the relationship with the community, partly by instituting new police training guidelines and policies, pointing to what it says is a 50% reduction in excessive force complaints since 2012.
None of that, though, helps if people don't feel it. And with this investigation, we've made a commitment to be as open and transparent as we can be.
But is it enough? The city's mayor says more needs to be done.
We have to make sure that this investigation goes forward, that it's transparent, and that we actually have independent eyes to take a look at it.
Now, Aaron, critics of the department say it's easy to change policy. What they say needs to happen is a change in police culture. They say that needs to happen not just here in the city of Baltimore, but in other cities like New York. They also mentioned Ferguson and places like North Charleston, South Carolina. Aaron.
All right, Jason, thank you very much. Live on the streets of Baltimore tonight.